So in this video I'm going to show the documentation and how I created it for the demo. This is for the user to use to kind of get themselves started. And once again, I went through this. Basically, I said this a few weeks ago when I was talking about the documentation, but I completely redid it, and I went in with the thought process of how would I like to learn how to use a game engine? How do I normally learn how to use new coding stuff? And basically, it's just a very, I basically like examples, of very big examples. That's what I did. I created a tutorial here of how to create the demo, this demo, um, this demo right here, with the sprites and the factory for the bullet. And that's how that bullet's getting recycled. I should probably cover that here, and how it's entering its scene enter and exit, and how all of these things are working with the alarmable, the inputable, the collision, and such. So let's just, I mean, I don't really think you want me to read through this whole thing, because as you can see, it's very long. But basically, the top part, up until here, is us looking at scenes, and me basically saying, hey, this is how you create a couple of scenes. They can kind of see the differences in between them. Demo 2 is obviously much simpler than the first one. And then I show them how to do a scene controller, how to do a basic. I start with how to do a basic game object, so just one that's just drawable. And then I get more complicated, and I show them the player, so the spaceship. And I give them the .h, the .cpp. These indent things are really nice because they show you exactly what the coding is. And then in between, you can kind of have a little bit of a discussion slash explanation of what just did. So basically, you can tell them, hey, this is what's in here. Everything that you just saw, it's in there. Like at the end of this, I say, hey, you just used updatable, drawable, inputable, collidable, almost everything you want. And actually, I can use these to show you what the scene entry and exit looks like. So submit entry, you call that in the constructor for the game object, so spaceship, so the player. Submit entry, and it submits the command for the game object, enter and exit commands. We've already looked at these in the scene entry and exit when we examined the game object. But then in the scene entry, you have your basic registration commands. You have your update, your draw, your collision, inputs, and then exit, you have the deregistrations. Once again, I'm pretty sure I've covered most of this. But basically what I do is I go through a very big tutorial. Well, I guess not very big, but pretty big. Decently big. Where I can cover a player creating objects, creating bullet or factories for objects and how to use them, managing the player, like the HUD. So in the player manager, this is the HUD pretty much. So this, and I tell them that right here. But this is where the sprites are dealt with, right in here. Then here we have the enemy going into the enemy, and the support classes for the enemy bullet and the bullet factory. And then at the end, congratulations, you should have a fully operational demo. And then I have a place for suggestions and questions at my email. It's a real email. Yeah. So that if this were a site that were going live, it would actually be some place where they could, contact me and ask questions if they needed to on how to do things. But honestly, I think the demo pretty much it covers everything. It has alarmables in the bullets. It has scene changes, inputables, updatables, drawables, collidables, how to deal with all those things, visualizers, how to show the visualizer, how to hide the visualizer, how to change the colors of the visualizer. It's pretty in depth. And in the end, if they do everything correctly, they end up with this. Fun little demo. So yeah. That's it, I believe. Yes. So, yeah, pretty much the demo here. It's my game demo. It's nothing special. Obviously, there are places where things could have been improved, but it does like when I'm talking about things being improved, I'm talking about in the actual code. Like I could have had more than one bullet per player, but I figured since it is a tank game, the bullets tanks don't really reload that fast, right? So you're normally only firing one bullet and having only one bullet in the air at a time. So that's why I only had one bullet in the bullet factory. Sorry, I'm trying to hold back a cough here. Anyway, so yeah, as we can see, canceling the alarm before the submitting exit. It's fun time. It's all fun time. Yeah, thanks for watching. This is Brian Duclos with the end of final DG engine sprint, at least for this quarter. Thanks for watching.